Shabbat Shalom, Israel. First off, we want to give a call out Yahweh, like some of my Shiach Yahweh Shai to the Most High, man. I just want to give double honors to the elect elders that's been pushing this truth for decades and decades, motivate me to keep pushing this truth. All right, I want to give a mighty shalom to all my brothers and sisters out here that's pushing this truth in sincerity and with all diligence, right? I want to give a shout out to the other Battle Axe camps. We got Brother Ray up there in Minnesota. All right, we got Brother Yaakov down there in Memphis doing this thing. All right, I want to give a mighty shalom to my brothers, right? I want to give a mighty shalom to my captains that raised me up in this thing, right? All right, this class is basically, it's going to be a slight breakdown on Sirach chapter 2. This class won't be that long. I know I say that all the time, but it ain't going to be that long. I cut the precepts way down. This is basically enduring temptation, all right? This is basically a part 2 of Brother Yaakov's class that he did, Tuesday morning. Y'all check out his class, all right? So I'm just kind of letting it back out for our class, right? Then we're just going to jump right into it, all right? First precept we're going to go to is Hebrews. We're going to go chapter 5 and verse 8, all right? Let me get that. I ain't got no readers with me, so y'all just kind of bear with me. We'll go to Hebrews chapter 5 and verse 8. It reads, though he were a son, yet learned he obedience by the things which he suffered, man. All right. So the Lord ain't just, sometimes when we're going through things in life, the Lord is not doing it for no reason, man. He's preparing us for the kingdom, man. Right. The Lord is not letting niggas and nigga women in the kingdom, man. He ain't letting thoughts and, that's not part of the kingdom. Right. So we have to suffer. And also the Lord is preparing us for the things that's going to come on this earth, right? We got Jacob's trouble coming. There's a lot of things that's going to afflict us on this earth, man, right? A lot of us be crying about, I'm just throw this in here, I can't get this, trying to keep up with the Joneses. I'm mad because I can't get this hairstyle. It's crazy how petty that we are, man, not realizing all the things that the Most High do for us, right? Well, I'm going to just keep reading, all right? I'm going to read verse 8 again. It says, though he were a son, yet learned he obedience by the things which he suffered, man. So we have to suffer, all right, in this truth, man. You're not going to go through this truth not being touched, all right? Verse 9, and being made perfect, he became the author of eternal salvation unto all men that obey him, right? So that's it on that. I'm going to Matthew chapter 4 and the next precept, Matthew chapter 4 and verse 1, right? I ain't going to expound too much, man. I ain't going to be long-winded. Matthew chapter 4, right? I'm going to start at verse 1. All right. This is Christ being tempted. Okay, we are. This is a common story, man. All right, but the Lord is literally giving the things that are written aforetime were written for our learning, right? So the Lord is showing you how to fight these temptations. So let's see how the Most High, let's see how Yahweh Shai dealt with temptation. All right, when it did come, a lot of us are at work right now. We deal with temptation at work, at home. You have to always be prepared, right? In fact, let me read Sirach. Hold that precept. Let's go to, I'm tripping. Let's go to Sirach chapter 2, right? Go to Sirach chapter 2, right? I'm going to start at verse 1. And it reads, my son, if I come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation, man. So once you come into this truth, it ain't gonna be a easy. You're not just gonna hop, skip, and jump into the kingdom, man. All right. It says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. So if temptation is not happening to you, if all hell is not breaking loose, sometime at the workplace, sometime at home, sometime at camp, just with family members, you know what I'm saying? The Lord ain't dealing with you, all right? If your life is good, you kind of rich, you living a life, you're not being afflicted, all right? Because the truth is about being about affliction, right? Because your suffering makes you more perfect. It humbles you, right? All right. So I just want to make that point. Prepare your soul for temptation. Let's go back to Matthew chapter 4 and let's see how Christ was tempted. All right. I'm going to just start at 1. We're going to read through. All right. This is Matthew chapter 4 and verse 1. Then was Yahushua led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. So you know that this wilderness is just being here in Babylon, being here in this world, man. Being in the world of Esau. This is a barren and dry place. All right, this is the wilderness, right? To be tempted, right? It says, verse 2, and when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward and hungry. And when the tempter came to him, he said, if thou be the Son of God, command these stones to be made bread, right? Just kind of do what you want to do. And you know, and that just makes me think about how we're in this truth. We don't know how our bills are going to be paid at times. You know, like that. I mean, you just can't see it. You don't see no way how these things, you know, because you're being carnally minded. So you go back to that nigga state of mind. You put that nigga mentality back on, right? Well, let me go sell some dope. Well, let me go sell whatever that I need to sell to pay these bills, man. Instead of trusting in the Lord, right? You can't just wild out, man. And Christ could have made those stones turn into bread, man. Could have just wild out, you know? Yeah, well, hey, we can't be slothful in this thing. Hey, when one little thing happen, we want to go roll up blunt. It's still brothers still rolling up blunts and smoking Black and Milds and smoking cigarettes. Soon as a little trouble come, I need a cigarette, you know? And man, we got to be stronger than that, man. All right? Let me read verse 2 again. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward and hungry. And when the tempter came to him, he said, if thou be the Son of God, command these stones to be made bread. But he answered and said, it is written, man should not live by bread alone, but every word that proceeded out of the mouth of God. So every time Satan brings you something, you have to apply the scriptures. You must apply the scriptures, man. You can't lean on your own understanding and go off your feelings and your emotions, man. You must apply the scriptures. All right? Precept for that is Deuteronomy 8 and verse 3. All right? I ain't going to go there because, like I said, I'm trying to keep the class short. All right? I don't want to be too long. All right? Verse 4. Well, I read verse 4. Verse 5. Then the devil taken him up into the holy city and set him on a pinnacle of the temple. Right? And said unto him, if thou be the Son of God, cast thyself down, for it is written, he should give his angels charge concerning thee. And their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou should dash thy foot against the stone. And Yahushua answered him with scriptures. Look, you fight the spiritual demon Satan with scriptures, man. Right? Every time Christ is coming back with precepts is literally out of the Bible, man. All right? Verse 7. Yahushua said unto him, it is written, again, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God. That's Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 16, right? So y'all have to keep this in mind. Y'all have to get used to practicing, putting these precepts in play, man, in real time, right? Y'all have to put these precepts in play in real time, all right? Next precept is Matthew chapter 8. The next precept is Matthew. I got distracted. My phone started reading. The next precept is Matthew chapter 4 and verse 8. Again, the devil taking him up into an exceeding high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them. So you got to think when the Lord took, when Satan took the Lord all the way up to the top to the point of the highest mountain, right? And he showed him all the kingdoms and all the glory of the world, man. That's just like today, we've been taken up and Satan is showing us all the nicest cars, the jets, they're yours, all the women. He was showing you how was drugs and just all the different witchcrafts that's on the earth, man. Y'all have to read it. When you read these scriptures, y'all have to not think on the baby level, man. We have to think on the adult level, man, right? He was showing you how was orgies, right? Satan was tempting the Lord. And this is the Son of God. So, you know, He's coming hard. He's not coming with no ABC stuff, man. He was showing you how the filth of the earth and just the mirth of the earth, man. All the glory, all the riches, the fame, right? All right. Verse 9. And said unto him, all these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. Then said Yahushua to him, get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only shalt thou serve. Then the devil leaveth him, and behold, angels came and ministered unto him. So that season of rest will come, man. But y'all have to endure, man. Right? Y'all have to endure this truth. Y'all have to endure the commandments, man. Right? And that season of rest will come. I want to motivate y'all to just stay in the spirit, man. Stay in the spirit when all hell break loose and you don't see no other way out. The Lord always make a way out. It was that 1 Corinthians 10 and verse 13. Am I going to get that? Did I write that down already? Let me see. Let me go ahead and pull that there. Just like it. I'm gonna get that. Let's get 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 13. I don't have it in my lesson, but let me go ahead and bring it out since we're talking about it. This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 13. And y'all have to have faith and believe in the scriptures. A lot of y'all go slide to the left and to the right is because y'all don't have faith in the Lord. Y'all don't trust in the scriptures. All right. 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 13. And it reads, let me read. I'm starting at verse 12. Wherefore let him that thinketh he standeth, take heed lest he fall. So y'all have to take heed to these scriptures unless you fall, right? There had no temptation take you, but such is coming to man. So these temptations that we go through, man, it ain't you. Everybody's like, woe is me. I'm going through this. Nobody understands. No, man, there's millions of people that dealt with what you went through or is going through the same thing that you're going through right now. All right? And I'm talking about all manners of situations, man. All right? Infidelities, y'all brothers and sisters that's going through that, hey, y'all stay in the spirit, man. And just know y'all ain't the only one that's dealt with these things, man. All right? Hey, the Most High is looking for soldiers in this truth, man. The Lord is a man of war, man. Y'all have to keep that in mind. Y'all have to endure these temptations, right? The devil is going to do, Satan is going to do his job. He's going to do everything he can do to sift you out. All right? And you got to stay in the spirit. Right? Let me start over. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 13. They have no temptation taking you, but such as coming to man. But God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able. So all these things that you're going through, the Lord say that he's not going to tempt you more than what you can take, man. So if you're putting it, man, if he's taking you through these things, it's because he's trying to bring out something in you, man, that you don't even know. He's trying to show you a strength that you have that you don't even know that you have, man. And he needs you to be strong like that, man. Right? All right? It reads, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but with that temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it, man. You may be able to bear it. He's going to make a way to escape. A lot of us just don't want to choose that way. All right? A lot of y'all want to take the easy way out. You see what I'm saying? Or it seems like the easy way until all hell break loose. All right? Until you run into that brick wall. Which you know that brick wall coming, but yet you still want to go touch and do this and do that. Right? The Lord is going to create a way to escape. And your way to escape is following the precepts. When you get to these situations, just like Christ showed you how to, right? And many of our other forefathers, right? You have to take heed to the scripture. You have to take heed of our forefathers and our foremothers, all right? Verse 14, wherefore, my dearly beloved, flee from idolatry. Y'all have to flee from these wicked things of the world, man. You have to flee from idolatry, man. All right? You have to flee from keeping up with the Kardashians and Tyler Perry's sisters. He got a show called Tyler Perry Brothers or something now. And it just teaches our people, have our people bugged out, man. Having our people in idolatry, man. All right, y'all have to be careful about what y'all watching out here. All right, you shouldn't be watching TV more than you in the script. I don't even watch TV much. I mean, I watch TV. I ain't say I don't watch TV. I don't watch movies. But hey, I know it's some people, you know, you too into that thing, man. You sitting up for hours staring at the idiot box, man. Or even on your phone, you sitting up for hours on that TikTok, and that show as hell is witchcraft. That TikTok is witchcraft. The damn cell phone and your television is witchcraft on its own, man. Its spirits are running to and fro through these electronics, man. Yeah, have to understand that. All right? Keep your mind away from idolatry, man. Right? All right, let me start reading. Next precept, let's go back to Sirach chapter 2. Sirach chapter 2 and verse 2. It says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure and make not haste in time of trouble. Like I say, man, you have to endure, and this truth is about endurance. All right? This is not a sprint. Okay, this is a marathon. So you just, don't just run. You bust out into a sprint, and you got 3 damn miles to go, man. You can't sprint, just straight sprint for 3 miles, man. Right? You got to kind of jog and kind of pace yourself for this thing, right? All right. I'm going to read 2 again. It says, set thy heart right and constantly endure and make not haste in time of trouble. I say, when trouble comes, don't stray from the scriptures, man. All right? So many times our forefathers, when trouble came, they didn't stray from the scriptures, right? We had forefathers that did stray from the scriptures, and our hell broke loose, man. Right? So y'all have to, if you have faith in the Most High, you got to take heed to the scriptures. When correction comes, you don't turn your lip up. All right? When you got the leaders of the congregation giving you the correction, all right, and they coming out of the scriptures, you don't turn your lip up, man. Right? They're showing that you don't have faith in the scriptures. You want to lean on your understanding. For ladies that do have husbands, when your husband is bringing you correction, and then he's back doing it with precepts, man, right? And you kind of turning your lip up. You don't have faith in the Most High God, man. Ultimately, that's what it boils down to, right? Don't make haste in time of trouble, man. All right? It says constantly endure. All right? Let's get James chapter 5 and verse 11 real quick. Get James 5 and 11. So like it. James chapter 5 and verse 11. And it reads, behold, we count them happy which endure. Yea, have heard of the patience of Job and seen the end of the Lord. All right? That the Lord is very pitiful and tender of mercy. Right? Let me read that again. James chapter 5 and verse 11. Behold, we count them happy which endure. Ye have heard of the patience of Job. And we always like to use Job as an example, man. Because Job went through it. Job walked perfect with the Most High God, yet the Lord still afflicted him. Right? So y'all have to understand that when y'all in this truth, like, damn, Lord, I'm keeping the commandments. Why is all hell breaking loose, man? Because the Lord, ultimately, man, he's kind of proud of you. So he's going to turn that heat up. Because he wants you to be even more pure than what you are, man. Right? You have to endure that. Don't think that the Most High is not with you. All right? We're going to get this account out of Job in a minute. All right? I'm going to read that again. It's a book, James chapter 5 and verse 11. Behold, we count them happy which endure. Ye have heard of the patience of Job and have seen the end of the Lord, that the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy. Right? So you have to understand that, man, the Lord got you. Right? But let's move on. I ain't going to spouse too much. I keep saying it. I don't want class to be 4 hours long. All right? Let's get James chapter 1. Let's stay in James. Let's go to chapter 1, and we're going to read verse 2. We're going to start at verse 2. And it reads, my brethren, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations. So you're going to fall into all kind of diverse temptations, man. Count it all joy, man. All right? Count it all joy, man. Right? We had forefathers that were beaten, was beaten and went to jail. When they went to jail, they started singing praises to the Lord. and kind of giving each other the high five, man. They got beat down for the Most High, man. They celebrated over that thing, man. So that's the kind of mindset that we have to have, right? All right. Brethren, James chapter 1 verse 2. My brother, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience, man. The trying of your faith, to see if you really have faith in the Most High God, man. All right. The trying of your faith worketh patience, man. All right. You have to be patient in this thing, man. All right. You have to have temperance, man. Right. And not just blow your top whenever something's happened. That's something that I had to work on that, man. Right. And we all been there. In fact, let's get Revelation chapter 14 to verse 12. I wasn't going to go there, but let's go ahead and go there. Actually, I was going to go there. I got it written down right here. But I thought about it. Revelation 14 to 12 real quick, right? Just get another quick precept on that, on patience, all right? Book of Revelation chapter 14 to verse 12. Here are the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep his commandments. They keep the commandments of God and the faith of Yahweh. I'm going to read that again. Revelation 14 and 12. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Yahweh, man. So you have to keep the commandments, man. You have to endure this thing to the end. Those that endure to the end, right? Matthew 24:13, man. We have to endure, not just for a little while. All right, y'all Israelites, y'all understand. We got to do this for the rest of our life, man. We got to do this for the rest of our life, which is our reasonable service, man. That's why we were put on this earth, to keep the commandments, right? And be a beacon of light to the world, right? All right, that's it on that. Let's get I read 1 Corinthians. Let's get 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 12 real quick. Get 1 Peter 4 and 12. 1 Peter chapter 4. Man, my Peter is destroyed. 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 12, it reads, Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you. All right? Don't think it's strange. Let me read that again. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, as though some strange thing had happened to you, man. Hey, don't think it's strange when all hell break loose, man. The Lord is preparing you. He already let you know that there's no temptation that is coming to man. These things are coming, man. Don't think it be strange. Damn, you ride down the street and you kind of you in the left turn lane. It's a double left turn lane, and you've been keeping the commandments. You've been fasting and praying. So both cars are supposed to turn like this, right? But one car decided to go straight and kind of just run into you, and all hell is breaking loose. All right. These things like this is a truth that's really happened not too long ago. All right. And then the next day, all right, all praise to the Most High, you riding and you go into the store and your damn tires just blow out, man. It's like that, don't think it's strange. All right, you go, you fix your tire, and you go home and your wife is going off, man. She bucking up to you, man, right? Don't think it's strange, man. You have to endure this fiery trial, y'all. Or vice versa. This go for the ladies too, right? You know what I'm saying? This go both ways. All right, let me read that again. This is the book of 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 12. I love this precept too. I gotta retain this one. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, as though some strange thing had happened to you, man. All right, so y'all endure it, man. Y'all gotta suck it up. And I know that it's hard, man. It's brothers and sisters out here that's really ill. They're going through physical ailments, man. Y'all stay in the spirit and keep the faith, right? There's brothers and sisters out here that's feeling in the spirit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, man. I just wanna lift y'all up, man. I just want to motivate y'all, man. Stay in the spirit, all right? Y'all gotta keep the faith. This is that fiery trial that the Lord is preparing you with, man. We don't know we all don't have the same lot, man. So you don't know what the Most High got for you. Just be prepared. Prepare your soul for temptation. All right. All right, let's go back to Sirach. Let's go to Sirach chapter 3. Y'all can put a place marker in Sirach. All right. We halfway done with the class already. But Sirach, I don't know why I'm saying that. Sirach chapter 3. All right, chapter 2. We're going to start at verse 3. Sirach chapter 2. We're going to start at verse 3. And it reads, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. It says, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou may be increased at thy last end. You know, you don't want to, man, you right there to getting that blessing, man. You literally right there, and then you fall out, nah, I'm just gonna be a nigga. Enduring this truth is too hard. Let me just go back and just be a nigga, man. Right? And what is the reward for being a nigga or a nigga woman, man? Hey, we Israelites now, man, right? It says, cleave unto him and depart not away. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased. Is the last thing, because we're looking for the increase, right? Ultimately, we're looking for the kingdom, all right? But the Lord is going to give you increase here on this earth now. You see what I'm saying? It ain't, you know, the Lord is going to give you relief of the things that you're going through, all right? Right now, he's in my life, the Lord is giving me relief. These things come in seasons, man. But you have to just wait it out and endure. All right. Let's get a precept on it. Let's get Ecclesiastes chapter 7. I'll start at verse 7. All right. Let me get there. Ecclesiastes chapter 7. We'll start at verse 7. And it reads, surely oppression maketh the wise man mad. That's why I pull that mainly for the first part of that precept. Man, all this oppression that we're going through here in Babylon are great, man. All right. Yeah, man. You know, I can see it on, especially when we go to camp, man, you can see it all on my brothers and sisters' faces, man. They just walking around, trying to bug out like, damn, like, what's going on? Like, what's going on? Right? I remember working at this one place, man. I used to sit in this place, and a lot of time I just have a serious, this is before I knew about the truth, but I got a serious look on my face. I was in the spirit, not really, yeah, I guess I was kind of mad, you know, just all the time. But I wasn't just angry. It was just like, you know, I like to sit back and just think to myself, like, what the hell? Like, how am I going to come up? What do I need to do to be successful like these guys I see on TV? Because this is, you know, the standard. You know, what the hell is going on, man? Find out I'm an Israelite and I'm cursed. That's why I'm sitting up, just looking like this. Like, what the hell is going on, man? Surely oppression maketh the wise. And even before I came to the truth, I was wise enough to know something is not right. Oppression maketh the wise man, man, before a fool. Fools love oppression, man, because a gift destroyeth the heart. That's the next part of this precept, man. All right? A fool loves oppression, man. All right? They like cooning for Esau, man. They enjoy bowing down to the so-called white man, right? I ain't gonna expound too much, man. Then we go move to read the next part of the precept. Surely oppression maketh the wise man mad, and the gift destroyeth the heart, man. And the gift does destroy the heart. Section 8, you know. Yeah, you know, that's how they use these things to split our families up, man. All right? Yeah. Well, if you don't be with him, I'm going to give you this house, all right, but you can't have that man in here to raise them boys, because I want them boys to grow up feminine, jacked up, all right? Okay? Verse 8, better is the end of the thing, that's the point. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. And the patient in spirit, better than the proud in spirit, man. Better is the end of the thing than the beginning thereof, man. All right? Just like, I don't know, when you at the beginning of anything, it don't look like much. You could be drawing a picture and it don't look like much, but the more detail, the more time you spend on it, you're patient with it, you're taking your time, you're doing it right, and the portrait becomes beautiful. It's a masterpiece, and you're sitting there just kind of gazing at it. You know, being careful not to worship that thing though, right? Or just like if you plant a plant, right? You plant an apple seed. I think it takes apple seeds a while to mature and start growing apples, like maybe a few years. But you plant this seed at the beginning. It's a lot of time you nurturing this plant. You nurture it. You watching it grow. You fertilize it. But hey, at the end of that thing, you're gonna have this big, beautiful tree that's giving out wonderful fruit. You have to think of it like that, man. All right. Verse 8 again, it's the main point. Better is the end of the thing than the beginning of it. I have to keep that in mind. Yeah, all hell is breaking loose, man. All right. All right. The Lord has planted something in you, and He's trying to make it come out. The Lord want to see your good. He wants to see those good fruit. He want to see your works, man. You know, y'all have to decide that, hey, are y'all that tree that's not gonna produce, right? Or you do produce, but it's bad fruit. It's damn attitudes all the damn time, right? Y'all gotta stay in the spirit and keep the commandments. All right, let me not expound too much on that. Let me move on. Let's get Luke chapter 9 and verse 68 real quick. Let's get Luke 9:68. Book of Luke, chapter 9 and verse 68. Salaki, y'all. In verse 62, Salaki, Luke 9 and 62, I knew something was wrong. In 62, and Yahushua said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom, man. All right? So, hey, a lot of time when all hell break loose, it's like, just forget about it. You know, I don't want to do it no more. Just forget about it. Might as well just sit here. No, don't take your hand off the plow. When all hell breaking loose, you keep trucking, man. Don't stop. Don't stop. You know, I'm proud of a lot of my brothers and sisters out here that I know that's been going through things. I got brothers and sisters out here that's been going through some stuff, and they just keep pushing the commandments, man. And they keep doing the classes. All hell is really breaking loose, and they not stopping, man. Don't take it. That's a beautiful thing. That's what the Lord wants to see, man. All right. And the rest is coming to those brothers and sisters that's doing these things in sincerity and with all diligence, right? All right. Guess that's the end of that. Let me move on. Let's get all right, let's go back to Sirach. Let's go back to Sirach chapter 2. Sirach chapter 2, and we're gonna start at verse 4. All right. I like to read this already, but we did. Verse 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou change to a lower state. All right. So when you change to a lower state, you know, you got to be patient, man. The Most High is patient with you. This thing is all about patience and endurance. This truth is about patience and endurance, y'all. All right. Keep that in mind. All right. Let's get some examples. Let's get Romans chapter 5 and verse 3 real quick. Y'all hoes all right? Let's get Romans 5 and 3. This is the book of Romans chapter 5 and verse 3. It reads, and not only so, but we glory in tribulation also, man. Hey, it's a glorious thing to be afflicted for the Most High, man. Right? And not only so, but we glory in tribulations, also knowing that the tribulations worketh patience, man. All right? Y'all have to be, y'all temperance is important. That's a major key of not falling out of this truth, is your temperance and your patience. And just taking these afflictions. I can't wait till we get to the Job part, though. Because I read something in Job I had never, it just caught me, Let me keep reading, though. And patience, experience. And experience, hope, man. All right? Because we got to gain experience. Hey, you looking at another elder brother or sister, like, damn, look what he's going through. And look how he's acting. Look how he's taking it. So now I know how to act when I'm going through these things. It was beautiful how this brother or this sister handled this thing. Damn, I would have did it like this and would have ended up going to jail. This brother and sister handled it like this, man. It's the game experience in life. so you can help somebody else, so you can help another Israelite brother or sister, right? Verse 5, and hope maketh not ashamed, man. All right? And hope maketh not ashamed. Because a lot of people are ashamed, man. A lot of people in this truth and they ashamed to be in this truth, like for real. And I be seeing that thing on certain people, man. Right? We got damn. It's sisters that don't want to wear dresses. It's sisters, man. It's sisters that put on a dress in the congregation, but then they be out there in the street in tights. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, the Lord see you, man. His eyes are everywhere. Hey, don't be that brother or that sister. You ashamed, man, to be in this truth, man. You got brothers that wear fringes in the congregation. When you out in the street, you ain't got no damn fringes on, man. And I put fringes on to take out the trash, man. You see what I'm saying? You have to understand these things, man. Y'all can't be ashamed. Let me read 5 again. And hope maketh not ashamed, because the love of God is shed abroad in our hearts by the Holy Ghost, which is given unto us, man, which is a very precious thing, man. All right. The Holy Ghost is a precious thing. And a lot of y'all in the street, even though y'all ashamed, y'all in here because the Lord did give you a piece of his spirit. You do understand that you were Israelite, but you got what it takes to endure to the end, man. Y'all keep enduring this thing, man. Y'all keep pushing. All right. Let's move on. Let's get 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 13 real quick. 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 13. I just read where I just came from. 1 Peter 4 and 13. But rejoice in such as much as ye are partakers of Christ's suffering, man. All right? Y'all take joy. Damn, man. I'm suffering just like my king suffered. I'm proud to be able to suffer the same way that my Savior suffered. And I'm willing to suffer just like him. All right? That's the mind state that you have to have. Let me read that again. But rejoice in as much as ye are partakers of Christ's suffering, man. So when you're going through these things, and Christ went through way worse than what you went through. These things that y'all go through, that we go through. You know, this is really a small thing, man. Take joy in it. All right? You have to go. Christ had to go through these afflictions, man. So you got to go through them, man. And you take it with joy, man. All right? Let me start over. 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 13. And it reads, but rejoice inasmuch as you are partakers of Christ's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy, man. And you see Christ crack that sky? Man, Lord, I've been suffering with you. And you sincere with that. And the Lord knows whether if you really been suffering with him, right? You've been keeping the commandments with him diligently. All right? Lord, I'm right there with you. You see what I'm saying? When he cracked that sky. Yeah, that was and he know, you know, the person that was behind just being a damn, what do you call it? Just being a fake Israelite, man. Just keep it simple, man. You know, like I say, in the congregation doing one thing, but when you not in the congregation, you know, all hell breaking loose, man. You freaking off in the damn night. Man, Lord ain't dealing with that, man. All right? Anyways, let's move on. Let's get Colossians chapter 1 and verse 24 real quick. At the book of Colossians chapter 1 and verse number 24. It reads, who now rejoice in my sufferings for you, and fill up that which is behind the afflictions of Christ in my flesh for his body's sake, which is the church, man. All right? Christ suffered for the church, so we have to suffer for each other, man. We have to bear one another burdens. We have to be patient with each other, man. Right? All right? We are the body of Christ. Christ literally suffered in the flesh, and we his body. So, yeah, we have to, in the spirit, we suffering too, man. Right? I'm going to just leave it like that. All right? Let's get Romans chapter 1 and verse 12. Romans chapter 1, and we're going to start at verse 12. And it reads, that is, that I may be comforted together with you by the mutual faith, both you and me. Why do I have that? Let me read that again. Romans chapter 1 and verse 12. That is, that I may be comforted together with you by the mutual faith, both of you and me, man. All right? So y'all have faith and take comfort, man. All right? You having faith in Christ and suffering with Christ going through these afflictions. I'm going to leave it like that. Okay? All right. Let's go back to Sirach chapter 5. Sirach chapter 2. So like it. Sirach chapter 2 and verse 5. Sirach chapter 2 and verse 5, it reads, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity, man. Because we're like gold being tried in the fire. And I know that y'all done heard this precept. This precept is all throughout the scripture. The Lord refers to us as his fine gold, man. Right? As gold is tried in the fire. I'll read it again. Verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Acceptable men. Okay? That's why I say, if you ain't going through nothing, man, the Lord ain't dealing with you, man. But y'all brothers and sisters that's in this truth, like, damn, things just keep happening to you. You know, you don't know why Lord don't keep the commandments is the best, man. That's because the Lord is dealing with you. That's because you're acceptable. That's why you take it out. That's why you count it out as joy. You see what I'm saying? You're acceptable, right? And read it again. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. And why do you put gold in the fire? When you dig gold, silver, or any element out of the ground, it's not pure. There's zinc and, you know, might have a little iron and nickel or just whatever other elements on it. You want that chunk of gold to be pure. And you dig out, when you get gold out of the ground, it's not a big shiny block of gold like that. You have to put it in the furnace. You have to put it in the fire. And that's why the Lord is afflicted. He looks at you like fine gold. And he wants to purify you. You put gold in the furnace, and that fire burns it, you know, it breaks down all that dross, and you kind of hit it and knock all the bad stuff off of it, sweep it away, put the gold back in there, knocking all that bad stuff out there, you put it out, you kind of sweep it out, knock the dross off of it, you put it back in there, and the more you refine the gold, the more pure and shiny it is, man. So prepare your soul for temptation, and it's true, because the Lord look at you like fine gold, y'all. So y'all going through things like count it all joy, man. The Lord is building me up. All right, that's the mindset that you have to have, right? Let's get a quick precept. Let's get Revelation chapter 3 and verse 18. All right, let's get Revelation chapter 3. All right, and verse number 18. And it reads, I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire, that thou mayest be rich, man. All right, and white raiment, that thou mayest be clothed, right? That thou mayest be clothed, and that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear, and anoint thy eyes with eye salve, that thou mayest see, right? So, like I say, it's a purifying process that the Lord is doing, man. Okay, Brother Yaakov just sent me something. And I think this is the precept that I was looking for, too. I think this is the precept I was looking for earlier. I think it was James 1 and 12 when I was saying Romans 1 and 12. I think that was James 1 and 12. Right? Let me change that on my paper so next time I won't make that mistake. All right. So let's go ahead and hit James chapter 1 and verse 12 real quick. Yeah. This is the book of James chapter 1 and verse 12. It reads, blessed is the man that endured temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, man, right? Which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. Okay? Like I say, this is a marathon. A marathon, you got to pace yourself. So you got a long way to go. You know, you damn dodging rocks. And not only are you running a long way, you dodging rocks, you dodging sticks. All right? All hell is breaking loose, man, and you have to endure, man. But I'm gonna say this. It just came to my mind. But if you follow the scriptures, it won't be so hard, man. Like I said, man, these scriptures are powerful, man. We don't even understand. Y'all don't understand how powerful that the word of God is, man. And even me, as I grow, I'm understanding this more and more. And this book is way more powerful than what you think. All right. I refer to scriptures as kung fu, like a lot, like kung fu, man. You know what I'm saying? These things coming at you, you just kind of dodging and weaving, and you might spin around. You're Satan the damn sidekick, man. Turn a damn backflip, land on your feet, on your hands, and get up and you keep running, man. Like a damn movie, man. That's how you have to think of this truth, man. All right, you have to get built up in these scriptures, though. All right, so you won't be tossed to and fro. All right, thank you for the precept, all right, let's move on, man. Let's get Zechariah chapter 13 to verse 8. Let's get Zechariah 13 to 8. Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 8. Keep this. All right. You have to understand, and this should scare the mess out of y'all. After y'all know the purification. I just kind of broke down the purification process of gold, right? All right. It says, Zechariah 13 and 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left. Okay? So you got these 3 parts, all right? You got 3 parts. 2 parts are going to be cut off and die. So let me do my fingers like that. 2 parts. So out of 3, this much of Israel is going to be left. All right? Out of all the Israelites on the earth, this much is going to be left. Man, that's a small remnant, man. Keep that in mind. All right? 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, and the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire, man. So you ask yourself, are you that third part that's being brought through that fire? Are you gonna make it? All right. Are you a part of that gold, or are you part of like that filthy zinc or that other stuff, that drugs, that material that the Lord don't want, man? Because a lot of y'all are those other metals that's clinging to the gold. That's why he keep putting you through the fire to see if you real, man. A lot of us ain't real out here, and you being tossed to and fro. Now all of a sudden you damn missing classes, right? Now all of a sudden you ain't in the damn you out there. Now all of a sudden you in the wilderness wandering to and fro from camp to damn camp, man. Right? Y'all have to understand, man, this is real, man. We gotta stop playing with the Most High God, man. He'll have you bugged out and you don't even realize the scary thing. You don't even know that you bugged out like that, man. You think you're right, but you be wrong as hell. All right? It's that 1/3 that's been tried in the fire, man. The Lord is trying us, man. All right? Y'all have to understand that y'all keep enduring. That's how I'm just trying to motivate y'all to keep enduring. Verse 9 again. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and I will refine them as silver is refined, and I will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people. And they should say, the Lord is my God, man. Like, for real. All right? All right, let's move on. Let's get Job chapter 23 real quick. I want to touch on Job, man. Like, the scriptures that brought out Job earlier. Let's just touch on Job a little bit. Job chapter 23. Job chapter 23, and we're going to start at verse 1. We're going to start at 1 and just kind of read down. Because, Job's partners, was kind of accusing him of being wicked. Like, nah, Job, you did something wrong. That's why the Lord is afflicting you. Y'all have to understand, when you being afflicted, it ain't because you did nothing wrong. It's because you're doing everything right. That's why you got to count it out joy, man. Understand these things, man. All right? Job chapter 23 in verse 1. Peep this. It says, then Job answered and said, even today is my complaint bitter. My stroke is heavier than my groaning. This is the main part right here that caught my attention, all right? It says, even today my complaint is bitter. My stroke is heavier than my groaning. Okay? That's like, y'all have to put the kids in mind, that's like you being hit, right? Somebody beat you down with like a rod. Bam, they hit you with a rod, and you just kind of, you don't go, ah! he hits you with that right, you have to understand that, man. That's Job's mindset right now. He going through all kind of stuff. All right. He said, my stroke is heavier than my groaning, man. Y'all stop whining out there so damn much, man. Stop being a damn crybaby out here. That's basically what they're saying, man. You know, I imagine Christ was doing the same thing when he was being scourged and his damn flesh was being ripped off his damn bones, man. Job, man, Christ had Christ read this scripture. I can imagine the king not just yelling out like he even want to. All right. Sometimes it's hard to yell out and smoke your chest, man. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? Don't be a crybaby every damn day for every little thing, man. You take it, man. I'm gonna read that again. Even to this day, even today, is my complaint bitter. My stroke is heavier than my groaning, right? Oh, that I knew where I might find him, that I might come even to his seat, man. Like, where's the Most High God, right? I will order my cause before him and fill my mouth with arguments. I would know the words which he would answer me and understood what he would say to me. Will he plead against me with his great power, right? But it says no, but he would put strength in me. All right, let me read this again. Will he plead against me with his great power? No, but he will put strength in me, man. Right here, the precept for verse right here in Job 23:6. I precept that immediately with 2 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 9, man. So let's get a better breakdown. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 9 real quick. I'll turn one page and I'm there. I'll praise the Most High. 1 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 9. It reads, to another faith by the, it's like it. Hold on. 2 Corinthians 12 and 9. So like it. 2 Corinthians 12 and 9, y'all. 2 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 9. And it reads, and he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in my weakness, man. Your strength is made perfect in your weakness, man. All right. Y'all a lot more, man. The Lord is trying to show y'all something, man. Y'all be going through it, man. When y'all down low, and y'all really strong in the mud, man. The Most High fills you with this power, man. So y'all have to learn how to tune into these things, right? All right, let me read that again. It's 2 Corinthians 12 and 9. And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in my weakness. All right? Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmities than in my infirmities, that the power of Christ may rest upon you, man. All right? That's why the Lord said, let me fight for you. Yeah, I'm going to have these people come against you. It look like there's no way out of it. Hold your peace, because I'm right there. Let me fight for you. Let me show you. And that's when your faith come in, right? I have to understand that. Okay, let me move on. I don't want to expound too much. Let's go back to Job chapter 23. Let's read on down, all right? I'm starting at verse 7. There the righteous might dispute with him. So should I be delivered forever from my judge? Behold, I go forward, but he is not there. And backwards, but I cannot perceive him, man. The Lord is there, though. Like, damn, all hell breaking loose. I'm keeping commandments. Why is that happening to me? Lord, where are you? All right? Let me keep reading. On the left hand, where doth he work? So like in verse 9, on the left hand, where he doth work. But I cannot behold him. He hideth himself. On the right hand, that I cannot see him, man. And all hell breaking loose. Damn, I know the Most High is doing these things. Kind of knocking things over, you know, I'm trying to catch this and catch that. Yeah, man, that's the Most High doing it, man. Although you don't see him. You might be praying, and you know, and that prayer just don't get answered just at that moment, man. But you keep the commandments, the Lord heard your prayer. But you have to let his will be done, all right? And he's going to answer, and he will answer that prayer, man. All right? Verse 10. But he knoweth the way that I take when he have tried me. You see that? But he knows the way that Job took when he tried to. Job knew that he was being tried like gold in a fire. All right? And the Lord knows the way that he takes. They're like, all y'all wicked Israelites out there think y'all doing stuff undercover. No, the Lord knows the works that you doing. And all y'all righteous Israelites is doing things without brothers even seeing it, man. The Lord know your works, man. He know you out there doing good works, even when people don't see, man. Verse 10 again. But he knoweth the way that I take. When he had tried me, I shall come forth as gold, man. You see that? Gold. Job was like gold tried in the fire. So we always like to use Job for example because he went through all kind of hell, man. Back to back. Things just kept happening. Kids died. Livestock. Boils. Wife going out. Just back to back, man. You have to understand the thing with him. So things are going to, see, that's why it says no temptation that is coming to man. All right? You have to understand these things. The things y'all going through ain't nothing new. All right? Y'all just hold y'all peace, all right? And stay and just keep your patience, all right? Be temperate, all right? Verse 11, my foot has held his steps. His ways have I kept and not declined. So y'all can't decline, man. When all hell is breaking loose, man. Keep the commandments. Keep keeping the commandments. All right? No matter what's happening, all right? Verse 12, the last verse on this in this book. Neither have I gone back from the commandment of his lips. I have esteemed the words of his mouth more than my necessary food, man. So, man, I esteem the words of the Most High mouth more than food, man. That's why we fast, man. The Lord say we don't live our bread alone, but every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God, man. All right, this is a spiritual fight. All right, let's move. Let's get 1 Peter chapter 1 and verse 6 real quick. Yeah, let's get 1 Peter 1 and 6. 1 Peter chapter 1. And we're going to read verse 6. And it reads, wherein ye greatly rejoice, though now for a season, if need be, ye are in heaviness through manifold temptations, man. That the trial of your faith being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Mashiach. How was I, man? We waiting on Christ to crack that sky, and you been staying in the spirit and enduring, man. All right? Like gold tried in the fire. I want to read all that over again, man. Let me read it again. All right? 1 Peter chapter 1 and verse 6. It reads, wherein ye greatly rejoice, though now for a season. All right? All right? Because, you know, hey, like I say, these things come in waves and in seasons, man. You may rejoice for a season now, but man, heaviness is coming. And then after that heaviness, you're gonna, the Lord gonna give you reward, okay? These things come in waves, okay? Wherein ye greatly rejoice, though now for a season. If need be, ye are in heaviness through manifold temptations. You see that? You might hit the lottery for an extra $500 on a damn $5 scratch out one day, all right? And then the next day, all hell's breaking loose. You got to use that $500 to fix something, to get your kids something that they need, or just whatever, man. Just whatever. That's just one example. Verse 7, that the trial of your faith being much more precious than fine gold. The trial of your faith is more precious than fine gold to the Most High. You have to understand that. That perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Hamashiach Yahushua, man. Right? Let's move on, man. Let's move on. All right, let's go back to Sirach. We just gonna read Sirach chapter 2, and we're gonna start at verse 6. It reads, believe in him and he will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him. So when they say order thy way aright, make sure you're keeping the commandments when all hell breaking loose, because it could be whooping your butt for breaking the commandments. This is what it say, order your way aright and trust in him, okay? Verse 7, ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside unless ye fall. These things are plain upon tables. Keep the commandments when all hell breaking loose. If you decide to turn and lean on your own understanding, hey, that's on you. There's a penalty for that. All right, verse 8. Ye that fear the Lord, believe in him, and your reward shall not fail. You see that? Your reward won't fail. Just keep the commandments, y'all. You know, it might not look like it ain't no way. Now, there's a way to keep the commandments and have faith in the Most High God. All right, verse 9. Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good, and for everlasting joy and mercy. Verse 10. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in the Spirit and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that calleth upon his name, man? Y'all just sincerely keeping the commandments, man. Right? I have to understand this thing. Let's get Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 7. It's just a precept on that, y'all. Deuteronomy 32 and 7 real quick. Get a quick precept. Oh, yeah, Romans 8 and 18 is a great precept. Romans 8 and 18 is one of my favorite endurance precepts. We might get there, Brother Yaakov just shot me that. Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 7, and it reads, remember the days of old, consider the remember the days of old, consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he shall show thee. Ask thy elders, and they will tell thee. So your father and your elders are these prophets in these scriptures, man. These are your forefathers and your foremothers, all right? You know, you have to remember the days of old. Hey, the things that are happening right now on the earth happened back then. That's why the Lord got these scriptures to guide you through this life right now. Everything you can even imagine on this earth, from the sweetest to the most grimiest stuff, is in these scriptures. And the Lord shows you how to deal with these things, right? That's why you have to remember the days of old and ask your fathers, ask King David, even ask wicked King Saul, because Saul can show you which way that you shouldn't go either. You know, ask Solomon, Jeremiah, Isaiah, right? All the way back to Adam and Eve, Paul, Barnabas, right? These are your fathers. Susanna, right? Judith, those are your foremothers. Ask them, right? Let's move on. I ain't gonna get that Romans 8 and 18, but y'all write Romans 8 and 18 down. That's a good precept, man. That's a great precept. The things that's basically saying, paraphrasing, the things that we go through on this earth don't even weigh out to what the kingdom look like. Y'all can't even imagine it. If we were to see the kingdom in these mortal bodies, man, you a damn melt, man. Right? You can't even perceive what the Lord has, what this earth is gonna be like when we establish it, when Christ come back. Right? All right, let's move on. Let's get Romans chapter 15 to verse 4. This is another precept with that, y'all. Romans 15 to 4. This is a common precept. This is the book of Romans chapter 15 to verse 4. It reads, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope, man. So when all hell breaking loose, you turn to the scriptures. All right? You turn to the scriptures, or hey, if you need one of your brothers and sisters to uplift you, you know, hey, get you a learned brother or a learned sister that can guide you in the script. Hey, bro, hey, sis, I'm dealing with this. You know, and they supposed to be able to take this Bible and comfort you through these scriptures, man. And you can even comfort yourself through these scriptures, man. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's go back to Sirach chapter 11. Sirach chapter 2 and verse 11. All right, Sirach chapter 2 and verse 11, it reads, for the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins and saveth in time of affliction. Right, verse 12, woe be to fearful hearts and faint hands, and a sinner that goes two ways, man. All right, y'all can't be double-minded in this thing, right? I'm talking about, I got a rash of precepts for that. I don't know if I'm going to go through all these, man. All right, but y'all being, you can't be faint-hearted and double, man. You know the Lord ain't dealing with that, right? In fact, I mean, James chapter 1 and verse 8, y'all should know that a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. All right? Sometimes all hell is breaking loose because you being fearful and faint-hearted, right? That's a lot of times. 2 Timothy 1 and 7, man, the Lord didn't give you the spirit of fear, man. right? But let's get Revelation chapter 3, verse 15. I just quoted some of them, you know. Let's get Revelation. So like it. So there, we rolling up to the end, y'all. Just want to give y'all a quick exhortation, man. And, you know, want to help y'all brothers and sisters to kind of stay in the spirit out here, man. Stay in the spirit and keep enduring, man. Just let me backing off of brother y'all Cove class from Tuesday morning, man. All right. Y'all know this Revelation chapter 3 verse 18, right? 3, and I'll start at 15. It reads, I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot, man. All right. I would thou work cold or hot. The Lord say, I don't like that in between. Either you're going to be cold or either you're going to be hot. You're going to be over there, you're going to be over here. Which one is it going to be, man? All right. So then because thou art lukewarm and neither cold or hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. Oh, I'm going to spit you out, man. He's going to spit you out. Right? That's nastiness and abominable to him that you're being lukewarm, man. All right? Being tossed to being double-minded. All right? That's something, and, you know, a lot of these precepts be cutting me like a mud, you know, when it comes to certain things. Certain things I shouldn't be double-minded about. All right? Let's get one more precept on that fear. Let's get Nehemiah chapter 6 and verse 13 real quick. Let's get Nehemiah real quick. Nehemiah chapter 6 and verse number 13. And it reads, therefore he was hired that I should be afraid and do so and sin. Okay? You know, one of the ways of sin is death. So, I mean, you can't be fearful in this thing, man. That's not having faith in the Most High God, man. When you being fearful, all right? When he give you instructions, he kind of push you out there and say, hey, and when you know he push you out there to be a teacher or just whatever, he push you out there, hey, I need you just to, some people are just meant to be mentors. I push you out here to be a mentor to this brother. He pushed you out there. He put it on his spirit, on your spirit. You know you have the ability to do these things, and I'm not just going to do it. I'm going to go that way. Kind of like Jonah. Lord say go this way and do this, but I go that way, man. Right? You can't be fearful of this thing, man. Nehemiah 6 and 13 from the top. Therefore was he hired that I should be afraid and do so and sin, and that they might have the matter for an evil report, that they might reproach me, man. So y'all gotta keep that, man. You gotta keep that in mind, man. Being fearful is going into sin, man. All right? That's why y'all gotta stay in the spirit. Y'all going through these afflictions. Don't get faint-hearted and fall out, right? Let's read. Let's go back to chapter 1, verse 13. It reads, woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not. See, when you faint-hearted, you really don't believe, man. You don't believe. Keep that in mind, all right? Therefore, shall he not be defended, and the Lord ain't going to defend you, and he won't, right? And that's the thing you fear most, the Lord not being there for you. But you have to believe that he's going to be there for you. Like, come on, man, right? I got to tell myself these things, too. He's going to be there for you, but believe that he's going to be there for you. You know, just, man, put yourself in those shoes, man. Let's just say you got a kid or a family member, or a young family member, and you kind of watch over. You tell him that you're going to do something, and you know that you're going to do it for him. He's like, nah, I don't know. Or he go do his own thing because I don't know if you were really going to do it. You know what I'm saying? When you sit here telling him, hey, I got you. But I'm going to give you the money for this and that. Just try. I got you. He's like, nah. He don't tell you, nah. It's just in his head, you know. And then he go off and do something else. I'm just going to sell these drugs real quick and do this and do that. You know, then you get busted. Now you all locked up, man. Now you all jammed up for being faint-hearted, right? That's just an example. There's many, all right? Verse 13, it reads, woe to him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not. Therefore, he should not be defended. Verse 14, woe unto you that have lost patience. And what will you do with the Lord shall visit you? This is going back into patience, man. You have to keep enduring and have some temperance, man. All right? Lord trying to build your temperance. All right? This is a lady at my job, was an older lady, you know. I got to tell the work story. She be, you know, she just started working this place. I work is crazy as hell, man. But you know, these people they doing unfair things to her. But you know, she real quiet. But now all of a sudden she a damn nigga woman. She just loud. Hey, you see who a person really is when they start speaking. All right. I'm like, damn, you know, sis kind of going out. She should be more temperate than that. They enjoy watching black people, you know, get out and worked up. You see what I'm saying? So later on after work, I kind of pulled her to the side, like, you know, see, she got to stay in the spirit. She said, yeah, I know, brother. I know. Yeah. My daughter be telling me the same thing. Yeah, they enjoy watching you being worked up, y'all. That's why, hey, even in the congregation, man. All right. I even feel ashamed about some ways that I act, not just in the congregation, but just I like at the damn workplace previous to me being in this truth. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of going off on damn Esau, just whoever the hell. And really, I look like the bigger fool because I came out at the bottom. If I had patience and temperance, it would have turned out another way. These scriptures are a way to life and living a better life and a more prosperous life. You have to understand it. That's why the Lord is working on your patience too. These things are going to help, are going to benefit you today. Having patience benefits you right now on this earth. There's a benefit to these things, man. Lord, not just telling you just random stuff. All right, let me move on. Start ranting. All right. Let's get Luke chapter 21 and verse 19. We at the end, y'all. Luke chapter 19. It's like Luke chapter 21 and verse 19. Book of Luke, chapter 21 and verse 19. And it reads, in your patience possesses your, it says, in your patience possesses ye your souls, man. All right? You have to understand that, man. In your patience. All right? Your patience is a big part that's going to get you into the kingdom, man. All right? I'm going to leave that right there. Let's get Revelation. Oh, no, we got that already. Revelation 14:12. All right, let's go back to Sarat. All right, let's go back to Sarat. We're going to read verse 15. It reads, they that fear the Lord will not disobey his word. Right? You won't disobey the Lord if you fear the Most High God. You won't disobey his word. You won't be, man, I ain't gonna go there. And they that love him will keep his ways. If you love God, you will keep his ways. You will keep the commandments. Because you're like, damn, brother or sister, they love me. Let's see how much they love me. I'm supposed to do this. I'm going to do that. Put these little obstacles in front of you. See if he's going to keep my ways now. And you just jumping over the hurdles. You're like, wow, he really does love me. Okay, I'm going to give you some rest. I'm going to give you a reward, right? I'm going to give you a reward. I'm going to let you chill. Now I'm going to put this in front of him. I'm going to put a stack of stuff in front of you, man. Y'all understand, man. The Most High work like that, man. To see how much you love him, man. All right? So when you're going through these afflictions, there's something that you're doing that he like, man. All right? You're supposed to count it all joy. But set your heart right. Like I say, because he might be whipping your butt for breaking the commandments. Y'all have to examine yourselves in the truth daily. Okay? Daily examine. Say, hey, at the end of every day, I kind of sit back and just think about all throughout the day where I messed up at or what I could have did better. Right? Okay. Let's start at verse 16. Sorry, chapter 2 and verse 16. It reads, they that fear the Lord will seek that which is well pleasing unto him. And they that love him shall be filled with the law, man. The Lord is all about his law, statutes, and commandments, man. That's all that he cares about. This is law, statutes, and commandments. That's how you show that you love him. You can't just say, Lord, I love you, man. All right? Love is an action word. You have to show actions. Okay? All right? And you have to have a pattern of good works. Okay? I went to Sabbath class and I paid alms, right? I went to Sabbath class and I paid alms, and now I'm going to go freak off. Then I'm going to come back next Sabbath class and pay alms. Hey, man, this is not the Christian church, man. You have to have a pattern of good works. That's how you show that there's somebody that they really love you, man. Somebody that really love you and really fear you like that is going to have a pattern of good works. It's going to be way more of the good than it is the bad. Sometimes you're going to have little slip-ups, but, you keeping the commandments should outweigh all those little mishaps that you might have, man. We're going to have little mishaps, but you got to get back up and keep going and not dwell in those things, right? All right. Verse 17. So right to 17. They that fear the Lord will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in his sight, man. You got to be humble. There's a lot of proud people walking around. That pride will get you destroyed. The pride will get you bugged out. That pride will have you reprobate, man. And pride is terrible, man. So many different forms of that, right? I ain't going to keep expounding on that. Okay, I'm going to read 17 again. They that fear the Lord will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in his sight. Verse 18, saying, we will fall into the hands of the Lord and not into the hands of men, for as his majesty is like him, and not into the hands of men, for as his majesty is, so is his mercy, man. All right? And we rather fall into the hands of the Lord, man. All right? Well, let's get some quick precepts on that. And we get two precepts. We get Acts chapter 5, verse 29. It's a common precept. All right? Acts chapter 5, verse 29. And it reads, then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than man. All right? You know, y'all got to be careful who y'all get counsel from. You know, if your counselors are not speaking, thus says the Lord, it's not good counsel, man. Okay? Don't go to somebody that's going to lean on their own understanding. You know? Sometimes when I get counsel, I call certain brothers I know that's going to tell me, hell nah. Because in your mind, you already know you ain't supposed to be doing this or doing that. All right? So, let's get one more precept. Psalms chapter 118 and verse 8. Let's get one more precept on that. Psalms chapter 118 and verse number 8. Where is it? Oh, yeah. Psalms chapter 118 and verse 8. And it reads, it is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in man. Okay? So that's pretty much the end of this lesson. I just wanted to give a quick class. I don't know how long it was, but I just want to give a quick class. Y'all stay in the spirit out there, man. Y'all just endure this temptation. Endure temptation, and we got to bring out a law. I didn't even have a law. Let me see. You know what? I'm gonna do. I brought out earlier. Deuteronomy 6:16. Oh, it's lucky, y'all. Deuteronomy. Law gonna bring out Deuteronomy 6:16. We bring out a law after every class. It's the Battle Axe way, right? Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 16. Ye should not tempt the Lord your God as ye tempted him in Massah, right? So don't tempt the Lord. You know, y'all be, and y'all know what I'm talking about, all right? Yeah, you know, some people, you know, damn, just be going off, willfully going off, man. Don't tempt the Lord like that. Like, this is not Christianity. Just don't be pouring your faith out just because he ain't killed you right now, okay? That's Ecclesiastes 8 and 11 on down and many other precepts, man. All right, y'all, please like, share, and subscribe. All right. And we greatly appreciate y'all donation, y'all the GoFundMe and the Cash App. We greatly appreciate your donations. And we can assure you that your arms will be used to push this truth. You know, it's not to be used to, you know, you ain't gonna see us riding around with a Cadillac with the fifth wheel in the damn back, man. Right? With some damn Dayton's and Vows, man. Right? Or buying weed for the damn, growing weed for the congregation to attract people, man. That's a hell to the no, man. Or to buy $1 million jets, man. We don't roll like that, all right? We don't roll like that. So I guess with that, I'm gonna say Shabbat Shalom and Happy New Moon, right?